This a Milan beat. Oh.
Alright, what's good, YouTube? We got a special one today. Hopefully this one works out. I've recorded this thing like a couple of times. I tried to try to do a start to finish for you guys, but it didn't record properly. So unfortunately, I don't have the start to finish to this actual beat. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little bit deeper in depth than what we normally do in our tutorial. So let's go ahead and try to salvage what I've got left. So I'm just gonna kind of explain basically how I set up all my beats and what I actually do to make my structure out my beats. So let's go ahead and hop on in and go ahead and get started. So here, what you got is obviously you got your channel rack with all your sounds and everything. I like to make my beats all in one particular pattern. So like all my beats or all my sounds and everything will all be here in the one channel rack, right? And then I just go in and just add the extra sounds and whatnot. But they all will play at the same time. I prefer to do it in a one pattern, like one channel rack. That's my personal preference. Usually what I end up doing is I always make like a main melody or something that's going to end up being my background melody. So like I may sit there and make the main melody that's going to play consistently throughout the whole entire beat, which would be something like this one here, like this particular sound. And then I find something that complements it and put it in there as the background, so something like this. And then what I end up doing is just paying them to the left and the right, however they need to be adjusted. And then complementary, you add some complementary, sound, something to kind of switch it up, some variation. So I'll go in and I'll add something like this bell here. All right, and then we'll throw in another arc to kind of break things up. That's basically it. But I kind of have the same structure and the same setup every time I make beats. I always have a background melody, I always have a melody, and then I'll have like at least two variation melodies to kind of alter it, make it change up a little bit in the middle of the song. And that's pretty much it. And then you'll just add your instruments, your normal hi-hat, claps, snares, 808, whatever else you want to add to that, and then that's really about it. So after I get out all the instruments in the channel rack like I would here, like this, I go and play everything all at once, make sure everything sounds right, level things, pan things to the left and right. You kind of get a better, more clear sound to it. Then, oh, you know what? Dang, I hope this doesn't affect the audio too bad. I didn't even realize the mic wasn't over there. But then after that, then we go and we start, structuring it and laying everything out. So after I go and have everything all in one channel rack, one channel rack, I go over here and it'll be in one playlist, and then you'll right click it, and then I click split by channels, right here, and then it'll split everything up like that. Then at that point, I just click the last one and the top one, hold shift, and I drag them over here, drop them in there. Once I drop them in there, I'll lock all of these to content, so that way I can just click here and it always adds 808. I can click here and it adds that little breath sound. And then I just I start everything and have everything right here, right? Then I'll just go and clamp Command C and then Command B, go all the way across to about halfway through, and then that's when I start kind of taking different instruments out and whatnot. So which ultimately you end up with something like this, right? So once you take your instruments out, you kind of have it all laid out and you have it structured. Then at that point, you want to make sure you set up the beat and set up the song properly. So you want to make sure you have an intro, right? So I usually do 16-bar intros to kind of give enough time for my tags to play, and then enough time for like the artists to kind of like amp up the song, kind of get their hype ready for the song. Then after that, you've got the hook. So this is how I structure my hooks. I have pretty much everything drop and play at the same time for 16 bars. for a 16 bar hook. But then I always usually take out one sound or one element or something like that, so that it gives it a little bit of variation, so it doesn't just sound the exact same all the way through. Then after that, then you go over into your verse. So this would be your verse, right? So the way that I break down my verse and structure my verses are like this. I do a 16 bar verse, and then I'll do an 8 bar bridge. So that ends up being the entirety of the verse right there. Then we drop back into the hook right here, as you can see. After the hook, then we're back into a verse with a bridge, right? And then we drop back with the hook, and then I use the hook as an outro by kind of panning it out like that. And that's pretty much how I do all my beats. That's pretty much the start to finish of how I do it. I had it all, you know, recorded for you guys. Unfortunately, I lost the video. I'm still kind of learning how to do this YouTube stuff, and I'm still learning how to operate my new computer. I'm gonna do another video. I'm actually gonna do a video breakdown of my computer build. It's this really like dope ass build. And you guys will know what what I'm running off of, how I put it together, what it costs, and all that other stuff. So that way you have something to kind of build from that point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I've got everything all structured out. So once you got everything all set up, you just pop it in a song mode. You know, layer it out how you want to, and then this is what you end up coming out with. And this is what we got. All right, and that's all I got for you guys today, man. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. Again, I appreciate all the birthday wishes and all the love and support, especially over the years and whatnot, and especially over the last 30 days doing this experiment of dropping pretty much a business, like dropping a website, dropping music, content, like beats, like everything. Like, I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have continued to show me. So follow me on all my social media. Milan Makes Beats. If I got it, you'll find me. If I don't, you won't. And just leave a comment, in the comment section. Leave a like. If you dislike it, just interact with the video so the algorithm works in my favor. And that's really all I got for you guys today. So I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. Enjoy your Sunday, and here's the rest of the beat, so you guys can go ahead and check that beat out, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Peace. I'm out.
This a Milan beat. Oh, 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 oh.